Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with a get ready with me, which you can probably tell by my face and my hair. I am having my hair up in my rope curls, which is the way I curl my hair most of the time. So I just thought I would keep it up like this because it will have my hair out of my face while I get ready. But yeah, I'm here today with a get ready with me. It is currently 6 a.m. It is 6:15 and I'm getting ready for work. So I thought I would take you with me to get ready, and I'm going to use my Panda palette today, as well as a couple Panda's eyeshadow shades and so on. I'm actually going to the office today, so I am getting ready for that, but yeah, I'm going to take you along with me and get ready with you. So before I start doing my makeup, if you're new here, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you in the family. Let's jump into the video. So I'm going to start by using my Soft Glam palette, which is my palette this year. I'm not going to show you the palette because I don't want to spoil anything for the update that goes up in a couple of days. But yeah, I'll get ready with this palette today and I will let you know what shades I use. But I'm starting off by priming my eyelids. I'm using this P. Louise white base. It's not in a pretty pan or anything, but I'm trying to use it up. So that's what I'm using on my lids. So let me just go ahead and blend this out. Okay, so there we have the base for my makeup. So I'm going to start by going into the Soft Glam palette. And I'm going to go in with the shade Sienna, which is like a warm brown. And I'm putting that on my outer corner, just as a base for the look. I'm kind of winging it out like this. It's going to look crazy before I actually start blending it out. But yeah, this is going to be the beginning of the look. I really love the shade, by the way. It's probably one of my favorite shades now in the palette. I used to love Mulberry, but I don't go for looks as deep anymore. So I feel like Sienna is my favorite shade because it has that like warm richness in it, but it's a little bit lighter than Mulberry. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and add this in and start blending it into the crease. Again, doesn't have to be perfect. It's just the base color, and I'm going to blend out with lighter shades. So the next shade I'm going to take is Burnt Orange, which is like a crease color, and I'm just going to continue this eye look in like this, and just like connect those two. Again, doesn't have to be too blended yet, but I just want to create that like nice fade. And then I'm also using that to blend out Sienna on the outer corner, something like that. This side is definitely higher, but I'll fix it at the end. So the last matte I'm going to go into to create that blend is the shade Orange Soda. I'm just taking that on a fluffier brush, and I'm going to start blending out the edges. And then we have something like this. Which is the base of the look. So I'm just going to fine tune it a little bit. I'm going in with the lighter shade Tempera in the palette, and I'm just going to like erase some of the edges where I feel like the colors were a little bit too high up, which I usually do in this corner here. This is how I use these kind of lighter shades. I don't set my eyelid before I do my makeup, so I kind of use this as like an eraser and as a blending out shade. So I'm going to start by doing that in the inner corner like that, just to kind of brighten up that area. And like I said, this side went a little bit higher than the other, so I'm just going to kind of start blending that down a little bit, starting on the brow bone and then working my way down. Also using that to further blend the two shades. I'm going to probably add a little bit more burnt orange afterwards. Orange soda afterwards, but that is that look. And again, I just want to add in orange soda again on this side a little bit. And we have something like that. Last thing I'm going to do is just take a little bit more Sienna and build that up right down here, just to keep that kind of intensity in the outer corner. So this has been like my go-to everyday kind of look for my Soft Glam palette. Yeah, I mean, it kind of varies, but these are my most used shades. I really like these. I like how they look. So again, that is the base. So for the next eyeshadow, I'm actually going in with one from the Rose Quartz palette, which is in my Big Fat Eyeshadow project this month. And I actually have a shade in here for Expand Those Pans, which is the top shade in the palette here, and I feel like that would go beautifully with this look, so I'm including it just to get another use out of it. I'm trying to use it 5 times, so that's why I'm including it today. So I'm going to take that shade and just place it all over my lid as like a base shimmer, and I'm going to top it off with an indie shimmer afterwards. But yeah, I'm going to use this one, like I said, just all over my lid. And there we have that shade. And I mean, if you wanted to go for like a subtle look, you could stop here. I mean, you can really use any of the shimmers in the soft glam palette too, but this is like a soft look. However, we all know I like sparkles, so I'm going to go ahead and go in with a glitter primer on both eyes, and then I will choose an eyeshadow to top this look with, just to give some more sparkle and some more dimension to the look. So I'm placing glitter primer on like the inner 2/3 of my lid, just to kind of top another eyeshadow on top of that kind of base shimmer. And the shimmer I decided to go with on top of this look is this one right here, which is from the Pastel Roses, and this one is in the shade Starburst. So I'm going to add this one in. It's like a kind of mustardy base with a green shift on top, and it also shifts into pinkish at angles, but I'm going to use this one as my kind of lid shade. So I'm taking it on like a fluffier, kind of toofier brush, just to get like a small amount of sparkles. Like I don't want this to be completely opaque, but I'm going to like feather that on top of the other eyeshadows, like so. Hopefully you can see there, like it obviously creates like a lot of sparkle, and like you can definitely see it, but it's not as opaque that if I used more of a compact brush. And this is one of my favorite ways to use indie shimmers, as like more of a topper and like I don't know, like a scatter of glitter. I love using them this way, so I'm going to do the same on the other eye. And then we have something like this, which is basically going to be the look. I'm really happy with it. Yeah, it's like a neutral look with like a pop of a greeny color, which for me is more of a neutral kind of shade. And yeah, I really love this eyeshadow, and that's just kind of how I love using this palette. It's just kind of combining it with indie shadows, because yeah, the soft glam palette on its own isn't like the most impactful. So yeah, I like using it like this, and yeah, that is going to be the look for now. I'm going to go ahead and continue doing my face makeup and then mascara, and obviously then we're going to wrap up the video. So I'm going to go ahead and start my base, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer, and I'm going to put that all over my face as a primer, because I'm going to the office today and I want my makeup to last. I'm putting this on as like my base, just to make sure it does last all throughout the day. Then for base, I'm using my Airbrush Flawless Foundation from Charlotte Tilbury, which is one that I'm panning, and this is quite full coverage and quite heavy. So what I've been doing for like an everyday look is I'm mixing it with the primer that I'm panning, which is the Laura Mercier Pure Canvas Primer. So I'm going to do the same today, just to kind of lower that coverage down a little bit. So I just get a combination of the two like that, and then I just start like mixing them on my hand, just to get more of a kind of lower coverage foundation. And this one, like, and this kind of combination will be working really well for me. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this, and we can blend it out. So there we have my foundation on. I will look quite pale at the moment for bronze and everything, but I'm going to go ahead and go in with my Becca Under Eye Corrector in light to medium next, and just put that underneath my eyes. I just try to put a little bit right there where I need it the most, and that's going to be the base for my concealing. So let's blend that out a little bit before I put on my concealer. And again, I'm going to concentrate it in that, like in the corner area where I am the darkest and have the most blueness. And then I'm going to go in with my concealer, which I'm currently using the Naked Concealer from Urban Decay, and I'm just going to put that right here to try to conceal my under eyes. And I've also been having a lot of redness in my skin recently, and I haven't been the most happy with it, so I'm going to also conceal around my nose a little bit, because I feel like I've been having, like I said, some redness in that area. And there we have the base done. So for the next step, I'm going to go ahead and powder, and I'm using my Pat McGrath Under Eye Powder in light. So I'm going to go ahead and use my powder puff, pick that up on there, and then I'm going to go ahead and set my under eyes. And I usually go down here as well to set this area, because this is kind of where makeup creases and get oily the most. So yeah, there you have after and before. So I'm going to go ahead and set it the other side too. So I'm using a little bit of my Kosas Cloud Set powder, just to like powder the perimeter of my face before I put on bronzer and stuff. It's a little bit deep for me, which is why I don't set my whole face with it, but it works well as like a primer of my face setting powder. Next, I'm going to go in with my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and I'm going to take that and just go again on the perimeter of my face, and using that obviously as a bronzer. And I'm not showing you the progress yet because I will have my update go up early next week. Is it going to be the video after this maybe even? No, it's not. My Panda palette is going up first. I think it's 2 videos after this one. It's going to be my rolling project pan update. So it's going to be 2 exciting videos coming next. But yeah, there we have the bronzer. The next palette I can show you, and that is my Panda Face palette. My update went out recently, and I'm going to go ahead and take this palette again. I'm going to take the shade right here, which is the shade Iridescent Rose, I believe. And I usually take that on like a brush, and then I tap it up on the palm of my hand. It is quite a pigmented blush, and I don't want to go overboard. As you can see, like, it is very, very pigmented. And we have something like this. And what I've been doing to like blend that out is actually using another blush, and that is my Max Factor, what is this? The Cream Puff Blush in Lovely Pink, which is also in my rolling product pan. So I'm just taking a little bit of that, and then I'm just like usually use that to blend out the edges. Again, it is more blush, so I might look a little bit intense, but it will come together. So that is kind of what I've been using, and that means I can get use out of both of the blush at the same time. And then lastly, to make sure everything's toned down, I just go over the edges with my beauty blender, which has very little product left on it, but just again to just like blend everything in. Lastly, for cheek kind of products, I have my highlighter, which is my Sleek highlighting palette, and I'm using the shade Subsolar, which I think it's that shade at least, which is the kind of lighter shade in the palette out of the powders. And I use a fan brush for this because I feel like otherwise this highlighter shows up way too intense, but using a fan brush, I get such a little amount that it does work pretty well. So I'm putting that on both of my sides of both my cheeks, and yeah, that's gonna be my highlighter like that. So there we have most of my makeup. I mostly have brows and mascara left, which I'm going to do off camera. But before I do that, I'm going to go in with my inner corner highlight, which I'm using for my, what's it called? My Panda's eyeshadows. I'm going to put it on first, and I'm going to show you what I'm using in a second. I'm going to put it on like that. What I'm using is my Colourpop Dream Street palette in the shade Kaleidoscope. This is what I rolled into my Panda's eyeshadows. So that is what I'm using on my inner corner. There we have the main bulk of my makeup. I'm actually going to go off camera because I don't like doing mascara on camera. I'm like, it takes too long, and it's just probably my least favorite task of my makeup application. So I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to do my mascara, my brows, lips, and then I will be right back. So I'm back, and this is the final look. I went ahead and I did my brows. I used my Burberry eyeshadow that I'm panning in my yellow prick pan. And then for my mascara, I used my L'Oreal Lash Paradise mascara in waterproof, and that's kind of what I did for my eyes and brows. And then for lips, I am wearing my L'Oreal Fever lipstick, which I'm also panning in my Product Apocalypse. So that is the finished look. It's kind of like neutral but slightly colorful look, and this kind of looks that I go for on an everyday basis. Like I said, I'm going to the office today. It is now 7:10, and I actually need to leave in about 5-10 minutes time. So I need to pack up my stuff and go and catch the train. So I'm going to wrap up the video here. But I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And I hope you're having a lovely day wherever you are. And I will catch you in my next one. Bye guys.